Hello everyone. On the last day of our presentation, semester 4, I am discussing on the topic uh, analyzing the child's mind, exploring child psychology in the works of R.K. Narayan and Charles Dickens. Here is my academic details. Uh, this is the list of the chapters. So, in a first chapter, introduction, I first talk about introduction of psychology, etymology of psychology, and the evaluation of psychology. Then, what is child psychology? This is specific era which discussed about the psychology of child, and then evaluation of child psychology from ancient views to modern science. So how child psychology beginning, and in modern science how psychologists use different theory to analyze the mind of children, and then various streams of psychology, literature and psychology. So in this I talk about the uh, connection of literature and psychology. So these both discipline are different, but in a way both are connected, because literature talks about human mind in the fiction, and psychology also talks about human mind and analyze the human minds. uh, these both are different, but this research is based on interdisciplinary method, and psychoanalysis theory in literature, how psychoanalysis theory applied in literature, and the life and works of R.K. Narayan. In this, I given the basic information about R.K. Narayan, then life and works of Charles Dickens. Second chapter in literature review, I referred some articles which talks about literature and psychology, connection of these both different disciplines, and then psychoanalyzing children's mind, and a literary exploration of children's psychology in works of R.K. Narayan and Charles Dickens. Here is the hypothesis. And in the third chapter, representation of children's psychology in works of R.K. Narayan. So first I talk about definition of childhood, and according to Indian Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, age of child and some rights of child are mentioned in that, and then tracing childhood from Elizabethan lyrics to modern narrative in Indian English literature. So, in English literature, theme of childhood is discussed. R.K. Narayan's portrayal of children's struggle in Indian society, and childhood innocence and adolescent growth in R.K. Narayan's novels, and the autobiographical and tapestry in the works of R.K. Narayan. So he also observed some things, and he also write his own experience in his work. Then exploring child psychology in Swami and Friends by R.K. Narayan. So in this, I use the theory of Bronfenbrenner's bioecological system theory. This talk about the environment, how environment like a school, friendship, family, and these things affect the mind of children. And then I based on this theory, I try to analyze the family, friendship and love shaping childhood in the novel Swami and Friends, exploring psychological effect of culture and religious discord. uh, uh, he R.K. Narayan in this novel talks about his personal experience. So he was born in a Brahmin family, and he was studied in a Christian missionary school. So different of this both culture, how this different impact the mind of children, and then impact of colonialism. So in that time, India was ruled by Britishers. So how this colonialism affect the individual's mind, and especially children's mind. In the fourth chapter, representation of children's psychology in works of Charles Dickens. So Charles Dickens is mainly in his work talks about children's right, and he criticized the Victorian society. And then a childhood representation in Charles Dickens novel. So in many novels like Oliver Twist and other novels also, he talks about children and child labor in Victorian England. So here is the society in society Victorian England. Victorian time is the is a time of industrialization. So how this societal background impact the children. In that time, children have to go to work in a factory, and how these things affect on their mind. Dickens' childhood reflection echoes in his fiction. So he also observed many things, and he also experienced some things. He then he portrayed in these works his own experience, and so we can say that his novel reflect his own childhood. Then Oliver Twist, a symbol of innocence against Victorian exploitation, a portrayal of child abuse and social crime in Oliver Twist, exploring child psychology in Oliver Twist. So in this, I used the two theory, John Bowlby's attachment theory, because Oliver lost his parents in a very early age. So how the attachment of parents and psychology of orphan mind discussed in Oliver Twist, and then Bondra's social learning theory. So Oliver is lived with people who are pocket keeper and thief. So how he learns these bad things, he learns these things from environment. So here the social learning theory analyze the mind of Oliver Twist. In chapter 5, conclusion, a universal theme of childhood. Both novels are from different region. One is from British and one is from India. But the suffering of child and the theme of childhood is the same in both works. And how this study is relevant in contemporary time. Because in contemporary time, after we banning of child labor, we can heard the news about the child labor, child exploitation, and some cultural conflict. So how this both is relevant in our times in 21st century. Then if any writer is writing about the children psychology or children literature in digital age, so how they use digitalization, impact of digital technologies on children minds, both negative and positive, we can observe that. And children's literature in digital age. So in digital age, children's literature are changed. In traditional, parents are telling the story, but in digital age, through technologies, way of conveying the story is different. Future direction in studying childhood through literature. So in this, I talked about how literature and psychology both are talk about the mind of childhood trauma. So through literature, any writer observe anything and experience anything, he or she can easily describe through literature. So these are my chapters. Here is my bibliography, primary source, then secondary source.
Okay, so bibliography, primary source, I think you understood what changes you have to make. You have added many other secondary sources also in this, so that you have to remove and keep only the main texts. A hypothesis also you have written in paragraph format, so that you see whether you want to keep it as a statement, you have to write otherwise. Okay.